Well, obviously writing a little bit about Tago. It's now his show.
Yes.
Do you see automatically a different demeanor in him?
Well, he's always been pretty quiet, so really there's no difference in the way he acts, but at the same time, he has a chip on his shoulder. People are kind of doubting us now. All talk Keenan's going now. Navy football's going to go down, so he has a lot to prove, and for me, I want to do the best job I can to help this kid be successful, because he's sacrificed life for this team. He was an A-back, would probably been a 3-year starter for us, but he sucked it up and moved to quarterback because we needed him to move there to help the team out. So this year for me is going to be a lot more special because I want him to have a great year because he sacrificed so much for this team. Prepare the best way we can for him and play hard and coach smart.
Well, you mentioned about he's always been quiet, doesn't say a whole lot, but that really isn't going to fly now. He's the starting quarterback.
Exactly.
He's the leader of the offense. He's the commander in the huddle. And how do you make him something he's not?
He's been talking. He's been talking. Again, he's just not a loud kid, but he's going to voice his opinion. He's going to tell guys to pick it up and get it going when things are not going great. So I've been very pleased the first 2 days with him and his attitude and his outlook. So a lot more practices to go. We got a whole summer to get ready. He'll be ready to go.
Something tiny, but I mean, he asked to switch his number to number 2. That kind of shows a slight bit of confidence, and he would never dare to ask to make that change last year when he was the backup. But now he's the starter. He feels like, I got a little say.
I kind of asked him about that. He said, Coach, I never liked 18. I just wore it because,
You stuck him with 18, didn't you?
I had to wear it. He said, I've always liked number 2. I wore 2 in high school, so I said, okay, hey, let's play.
Okay.
So, I'm happy for him. But at the same time, I want to do the best job I can to help this kid be successful because that's what I want for him.
It's really diehard Navy fans who have watched every game and have seen this kid play know that he can run, know that he's got some quicks and all that. Throwing, obviously, was a question mark. I sat here and watched him do the throwing there at the end of practice. He didn't miss a pass. Do you think this kid's a better thrower than maybe people give him credit for?
Yes, he is. He can throw the football. He has big hands, good grip on the ball. He throws a nice ball. Again, it's going to come down to the mental part of it. Athletically, physically, all the tools, he'll be just as good as Keenan running the football, but Keenan, what set him apart from everybody else was Keenan's mind, so if he can get close to that, and just be smart and get us in the right play and take care of the football, we'll have a chance to win some games.
Obviously, Keenan casts a very large shadow. We were saying at the luncheon we had Nehemiah, the only other person that's ever really been in the position is the guy that replaced Roger Staubach.
Right.
Number one, how do you prevent Tago from putting too much pressure on his own shoulders and trying to be Keenan?
That's the key. It's not to be Keenan, to be Tago. So again, he has his own way he plays, his own mindset, his own identity. So the key is going to be to just let him be himself. And not make a big deal of it. I don't talk about it much. Just try to make sure that this is his show. The day I had to speak to the offense about ball security, I had him get up and address the whole offense because this is his turn now, So he's going to take control. Again, the biggest thing is just to play smart football, take care of the football, and we'll have a chance to win some games.
What, in terms of some of the things that you really want to focus in on, that you mentioned about, getting to know the offense, making the checks. Number one, is there any way to really replicate that in spring ball or in the meetings? You probably don't know until you get into a game and teams start doing some crazy stuff.
You can do it in practice. You give them tests, but the key is to get out there on the field and do it. Again, we have pretty good job with our scout teams and getting guys lined up. I think he's seen enough to where he has confidence that he can get us in the right play. It's going to come down to me doing a good job of preparing him, make sure that he sees all the looks, So, again, for me, I have to do a great job getting this kid ready to play. Because, again, first of all, I owe it to him because he's done so much for me. He's been my backup for the past 3 years and giving me some confidence in him. He's 2-0 as a starter. When he's coming to the game, he's performed. He's got the ball in the end zone, I think, every time he's been in the game. So I'm excited about it. I have all the confidence in the world in him. And again, just a matter of me doing a great job and getting the kid ready to play.
So you talk about the chip on the shoulder. Do you show him the thing that came out in the one paper where they rated him behind a team in this league that doesn't even have their starting quarterback yet? You all at least know who your starting quarterback. This team that you all were behind, it was like it could be one of 3 guys, but they're still better than Navy's quarterback.
Not really, but I think enough is being said, just around, on social media. He sees it, but I'm not making a big deal of it. Again, he's going to prepare. Again, I got to just let him stay even keeled and not get, too upset about it. I want to prove people wrong, but the key to it is just to stay even keeled, take it all in, accept it. It is what it is, but now let me go out and play and show people that I can play.
What about these other two guys, Will Worth and Travis Marshall?
You know, Will Worth, I mean, he's solid. We can win with Will Worth. And I've said that, you know, the past 2 seasons, you know, and he's going to be solid. You know, and in my mind, we have 2 solid quarterbacks. You know, Travis has a ways to go, you know, getting back up to speed, you know, but going to the season, our goal is to always have 2 solid guys, and we have 2 solid guys right now.
So what did Marshall show that has enabled him to suddenly be number 3 and be? I know he was injured. Did he play at all last year?
You know, 2 years ago when he was playing, you know, for the JVs, did a great job. You know, but when he came back, the kid had an unfortunate, you know, accident. You know, during his surgery. You know, we felt we owed it to this kid as a staff to give him a chance. You know, and when he played last year or 2 years ago, he was a pretty good football player. He can run. He's fast. He's athletic. You know, so we give him a chance. You know, and see what he can do. And if he can't, we'll move him to receiver or something like that, and we'll move on.
Right, but he did not play at all last year.
No, he did
as
not.
a sophomore.
No, he did not.
Out all year with an injury.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, my man.
The offense is now yours. How's it feel?
Oh, it feels good. You know, ready to go, ready to put the work in action. So ready to go.
Do you feel I mean, people want to say it's not different, it's still football, but it is different. You're now the unquestioned starter. Number 19's nowhere around here today. How is it different for you?
It's not different at all. You know what I'm saying? We come out here, we play football. It's the game we love. I'm confident in my ability, and I'm confident in the guys around me. So ready to get after it.
What do you want to work on this spring? Anything in particular you feel like you need to focus on?
Just being more vocal. You know, I was never in that role of, you know what I'm saying, speaking my voice or, you know what I'm saying, trying to get fellas to, you know, get their energy riled up. So I just need to be more vocal, you know, get the guys, get the energy going before practice and just stay on throughout the whole practice.
What the other thing that Coach mentioned is, you know, what separated Keenan from a lot of the option quarterbacks is his ability to read defenses, make the checks, his mind.
Right.
How do you work on that? Is that strictly in the classroom, studying film? And how much can you really work on until you get in front of another defense that's trying to do things to you to confuse you?
I mean, honestly, I feel like you get more reps out here, and when you see it actually put into place, you know, you see people moving, you see everything, all that's just X's and O's. It's easy to put it up here when you see it on the board, but I feel like you get more work when you see it out in person and get live reps.
Coach Jasper used the term chip on your shoulder. I mean, obviously there's a lot on social media that Navy's going to go down the tubes. They lost Keenan Reynolds. They got some unknown quarterback that never played, even though you have, but they don't think you have. How does that make you feel?
Honestly, I don't really think too much about it. You know, like I said, I'm confident in my ability. I'm confident in what I can do, so we'll see when the time comes.
What about the pressure to replace Keenan? Obviously, no one's ever been in this situation before, having to follow a legendary quarterback like that.
Like I said, it's no pressure at all. It's all about how you look at it, and honestly, I feel good about myself, and I feel good about the players around me. So.
Do you think there'll become a time anytime soon when people won't ask you about Keenan Reynolds?
I'm sure, you know what I'm saying. We got to start playing first off, so you know, hopefully it comes whenever it comes.
I notice he's not out. He could be hanging out here. I got a feeling that he's trying to distance and let you kind of run the show and be your own man. I mean, I don't know. Have you talked to him at all about this? And I just get a feeling he's ready to slip back into the background.
Nah, I don't feel like that. I mean, me and Keenan, we've been close ever since I first got here. So, you know what I'm saying, I still look at him as a brother, and I still talk to him, still get, you know, brotherly advice from him. So at any time, like, I talk to him whenever, and that's pretty much our relationship. But I don't see him trying to slip away or slip back into being a Navy football.
At the banquet, when he said, you know, he kind of did a symbolic passing the torch when he talked to, you know, out there in front of the whole audience about this is now your team. Did that mean a lot to you?
Oh, yeah, it feels good, you know, to know that somebody of his stature, you know what I'm saying, is giving me the reins to the team. So I feel good about it.
Okay. All right, thanks, Tago. Good to see you.
Thanks, Tago.
Thanks.